joining us here on Halton News, right here on your TV. It's Tuesday, November 10th, and I'm Jessica Kading. Taking a look at our current COVID-19 numbers now, you can see that we have now reached 449 active cases in the region. Breaking that down, that's 84 cases in Burlington, 219 in Oakville, 122 in Milton, and 24 in Halton Hills. Our region has unfortunately seen 41 deaths. Out of Burlington's 84 currently active COVID-19 cases, 46 of them, over half, are in the village of Tansley Woods Retirement Home, and that's a result of an outbreak there. Burlington's Mayor Marianne Mead Ward comments further on the number of cases reported in the city.
Well, when we see the numbers go up, it's the wrong direction. I know there's lots of concerns. However, Burlington's number has remained fairly consistent, and in fact, today we're down from yesterday. So it's gone up and down. And the big increases in Halton region, and of course the numbers are reported both at the region level and the city level. The big increases are coming from Milton and Oakville, and I know that I'm in regular contact with my fellow mayors and regional chair, as well as our medical officer of health, to see what we might do by way of encouraging our community. I think the strongest message that I can send at this point is reduce your social bubble back down to people that you live with, to your household. What we have been able to glean outside of the outbreaks at long-term care or some of the isolated business is that it's being spread socially through gatherings, through folks getting together for dinner, getting too close to each other. You know, your social bubble was supposed to be a very confined bubble, and I think what people are doing is thinking that if there's no more than 10 people, they can hang out with 10 people today and 10 people tomorrow and 10 people another day. That's not the intent of the regulation. So our medical officer of health weeks ago has encouraged people only to socialize with people in your household. That message was kind of lost in the fray over the fitness changes to fitness and gameplay, which are now back on. But that message is still there. And so please heed that advice and recommendations. We are looking at the numbers to see what else we might do, and understand that part of the reason for this is that we know about people being able to spread this who don't have symptoms. Asymptomatic spread is real. You may not even know that you have it, and you could be spreading it to other folks. And so we also are looking to the province to see if we can start to add back some asymptomatic testing. It's really the best way, I think, for us as a province and a nation to conquer this and get ahead of it. You know, it's the key, I think, to understanding what's happening on the ground.
And of course, in trying to keep our COVID-19 numbers from climbing, Remembrance Day, like everything else, will be observed differently this year.
I know all of our residents will want to honor our veterans and want to commemorate November 11th as we always do. So I encourage everybody, please stay in your homes, watch the live feed. It will be live broadcast from the cenotaph outside City Hall. Don't come down. It's limited to a small group of 25 that the Legion has invited, and in keeping with provincial regulations. But you can participate remotely. So I really encourage people to do that. Take a moment out of your day to honor and pay our respects, so our veterans know that even though we're not together, they are still in our hearts.
Please also take note that we will be going live with our special Remembrance Day coverage tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Tune in for our coverage of the sunrise ceremony in Spencer Smith Park, the Bronte service held this past Sunday, as well as our live coverage from Oakville ceremony tomorrow in Georges Square. Then tune in to Halton News tomorrow night at 5 for more Remembrance Day coverage, including services from Milton and Halton Hills. The Great Lakes are essential to the health and well-being of millions of Canadians. Today, the Minister of International Development, the Honourable Karina Gould, made an announcement on behalf of the Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
I am pleased to announce, on behalf of the Honourable Jonathan Wilkinson, Minister of Environment and Climate Change, that we are investing $5.1 million to support 46 new on-the-ground projects to protect and restore the Great Lakes. These projects will address key issues facing the Great Lakes. They will restore areas of concern, prevent toxic and nuisance algae, and they will reduce releases of harmful chemicals. we are supporting these projects through the Great Lakes Protection Initiative for 2020-21, a fund that supports innovative projects leading to tangible results and engages Indigenous peoples on Great Lakes issues. For example, right here at the Royal Botanical Gardens, whose Director of Business Development and Community Engagement, Darlene Bennett-Howes, is here today and who introduced me, will receive $53,000 in funding to help restore fish habitat and address algae issues in the Hamilton Harbour, as well as examine ways to better protect the coastal wetland habitat.
Last month, a pair of Burlington women recognized that this year it would be particularly difficult to sell poppies in the midst of the pandemic. So they put their craft skills to the test and helped support the Royal Canadian Legion. Nikki Wesley shares their story.
Annie Dupuis and Kate Debon have been crocheting like mad since October 18th.
This was pretty simple to start off. I guess I saw a Pinterest picture of a poppy and I thought, well, this year, where are we going to put our donations in a box? Maybe I could sell a couple to my friends, and then when I do find a box, I could stick $50 in.
She shared the idea with her friend and fellow crafter, Kate Debon, who loved the idea.
Next day, she's like, by the way, I may have posted that I was doing this, and now I have an order for 100 of them, and I'm over my head. So do you think you could do a couple?
As the word spread, orders started pouring in. Kate dropped off her initial batch.
And then I get a text, how many do you have? Because I need 30 more. How many do you have now? Because I need 50 more. So I have 70 on my kitchen table. I need about 80 more. And it got crazy. And then I thought, it's over. It's over. Because she says, I'm not taking any more orders. We're done. Yeah, so we're losing our She's like, okay, 20 more. And then I started selling them at work because people had heard that I was doing them. So I was doing them at work, and you just don't stop.
My daughter even made a projection board, and she set the goal at $1,000, and she made one of those little thermometers, and we were coloring it in and everything like that. And it just kept going and kept going. So
we do quick meals. So Instant Pot, because I have got to make poppies, and we just bang them off all night. I do them on my breaks. I would love to do them in my sleep.
Because they purchased the woolen pins themselves as a donation, they were able to present 100% of the proceeds to Burns MacLeod at the Burlington Legion on Saturday, with a grand total donation of $3,598. Reporting for Halton News, I'm Nikki Wesley.
And now we have Milton MP Adam Van Couverden with a Remembrance Day message to share with you.
A day to honor and remember and commemorate the sacrifices made by so many people. And this year it's also the 75th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. It's so increasingly important to honor the memory of the sacrifices that were made by people to support our freedom, and to thank them and those people for the freedom that we have today. Remembrance Day is often a very solemn time, and it's going to be difficult for a lot of people, particularly veterans who may be in vulnerable health situations that won't be able to gather. This is the time of year where they can get together and proudly, wear their medals and their uniforms and be honored as they so deserve to be. This year being a little bit different, I hope that people in Halton will buy a poppy, wear a poppy, and really take stock and thank the veterans of our country and countries worldwide for making the ultimate sacrifice.
Of course, with the pandemic going on, many legions across Halton modified their Remembrance Day ceremonies, including the Milton branch. In fact, they already had a small wreath-laying ceremony this past Sunday at Victoria Park.
Ready! Up! Body will advance. Left, turn.
Our federal Minister of Procurement and Oakville MP Anita Anand also has a Remembrance Day message to share.
Yes, Remembrance Day is such an important day in our country's history. And it's a day that signifies so much. It's a day when we remember our veterans, past and present, and all of those who have served and lost their lives in battle for our country, for our democracy, and for our own ability to continue living in freedom. So it's a day that I really take to heart, to remember the families of those who are fallen, as well as those who are serving now, to say thank you and to express our gratitude for everything that they have done and sacrificed for our country. That's why I wear my poppy, and that's why we take this so seriously as a day that we must pay our respects to our veterans.
Thank you for being with us here on Halton News. We do need to take a short break, but we'll be right back with a new symbol to remember our veterans. Welcome back to Halton News. A local legion has a new symbol this year to remember our veterans. Melissa Candelaria reports.
Here at the Milton Evergreen Cemetery, a new monument to honor our veterans sit. James Hunter is a member of the Milton Legion and says he took on a project to revamp this bench.
I volunteered to clean up the patio at the Legion and get some real flowers in and be their gardener. So they said okay. So when spring came, I went around to businesses in town and got a lot of donations of real flowers to plant. And I went to Arbor Nursery, which is my favorite nursery in Milton. And I know the people there, good family business. And she gave me some flowers, and then she called me out the back, and we went through all these trees and bushes, and she's pushed this bench out, this garden bench, and it's beautiful.
The poppies, the words "lest we forget," and the famous first two lines of this timeless poem has new life. Hunter says he certainly went out of his comfort zone working on this project.
The paint was all faded, so I went around trying to find how do you clean this cement off. I'd never done it before. So somebody said use Coca-Cola. I got muriatic acid mixed it with water and a steel brush and scrubbed it and I best I could and cleaned up pretty good. Then I got some paint. I had to paint the poppies and the green and the black and the red and the writing of the verse. I had to put the paint in the little cracks, and it worked out real good. So they're all happy with it.
Now, the bench's original home was here at Arbor Garden Center and Nursery. Sarah Ely says it was important for them to make this donation.
Martha, my mother that owns the garden center, she bought it from a company. In her mind, she was thinking of donating it. And it's very special. They've done such a great job at the cemetery, and it's an honor. They've done so much for our country, so we want to give back.
The bench was certainly a labor of love and a project Hunter says was near and dear to his heart.
I have trouble talking about it. I see the vets. I really can't talk about it. I need time. I see the vets at the Legion, and my grandfather was in the war, and my wife's uncle was killed in the war, and I just want to help out. I'm retired now, and I want to volunteer, and I like to do what I do, and I get satisfaction out of it. That's the story.
One way to honor them.
Yeah, one way to honor them.
How about this November weather? There certainly haven't been many complaints as we enjoy these above seasonal temperatures. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, I hope you have been able to enjoy them because we do have one more day of warmth. 16 degrees is our high tomorrow, but that does come with cloudy skies and a chance of rain showers, and then we'll start cooling back down to more seasonable. Full sunshine though expected Thursday, a high of 9 degrees. Mix of sun and cloud Friday. Full sunshine Saturday, but looking into this weekend, we're only reaching a high of 6 degrees in the afternoon on Saturday, down to -1 again overnight, and then we're looking at a 50% chance of rain showers by Sunday, coming with a high of 9. The Burlington Chamber of Commerce invites you to their third Eye on the Economy event featuring subject matter experts from SB Partners and SB Advisory, providing practical information on how to identify risks and develop mitigation strategies to help succeed in a post-pandemic world. This virtual event is coming up on November 19th at 8:30 a.m. It does require pre-registration at burlingtonchamber.com. Barter Pay is partnering with businesses. You can go on and get credit grants to help them recover from COVID-19. A total of $2 million in barter credits will be handed out to local businesses. To learn more, go to grant.barterpay.ca. And up on your screen now, you are looking at our Market Watch and a look at how local Halton companies are performing on the markets today. Stay with us. We do need to take a short break. We'll be back right after this with an update from our Burlington Food Bank. Thank you for watching us here on Halton News. Please do remember to tune in tomorrow morning for our special Remembrance Day coverage starting at 9 a.m. through 1 p.m. And again, our newscast tomorrow night will feature additional content as Halton remembers around the region. Let's check in now with the Burlington Food Bank. We do have an update from the Executive Director, Robin Bailey.
I'm here with Christina Mulder, the Director of Programs and Partnerships at Open Doors at St. Christopher's. Open Doors at St. Christopher's partnered really well with us at the very beginning of COVID, helping us out with produce and adding a lot to our programs here. We continue to partner really well with Open Doors. Christina, what's Open Doors doing right now for the community?
Right now, we've been able to take our Tuesday night community meal and offer it as a drive-through pickup system. So between 4 and 6 p.m. on Tuesdays, you can come on down, wear your mask, and we will give you a meal to take home to your family that night. Our clothing store is also open during that time, and we ask that one person per family enter the clothing store. And obviously, please don't come if you're not feeling up to par, but everybody is welcome.
And then what are you guys doing special for Christmas?
For Christmas, we've had to pivot, and we've decided to reach out to our community members and ask for donations of new pajamas and books, and we'll be distributing them to children in our community.
That's great, and Open Doors has been so great for the community, and I know you guys were just dying to get to be able to start to engage with your community again.
Yeah.
And it's great that you're able to do that, because I know it helps a lot for people with their mental health as well, just to see familiar faces and feel the love and care that they feel from the community. So thank you so much for all that Open Doors is doing.
Thank you.
Once again, our Remembrance Day coverage will start live here in studio from 9 a.m. through to 1 p.m. We will be taking you across the region and showing you the various virtual ceremonies that are going on. And as we close out our show tonight, let's take a moment to pause, reflect, and remember, and enjoy this rendition of Amazing Grace performed by a local Milton musician.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that something precious did that grace appear. Thou I believed through many dangers, toils, and snares. We have already come. 'Twas grace brought us safe this far, and grace will lead us home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. 'Twas grace hath brought us